So you want to learn about fractions. Maybe you have already solved them, but you just don't understand them that well. No problem, hang in tight and that problem will be resolved. Let's say you are sitting in a restaurant and you order a pizza. How will you represent the quantity of this pizza numerically? With the number 1, right? What if you decided to order 2 pizzas for yourself? Can you still represent this numerically? Of course you can, with the number 2. Simple, right? But now let's say you ordered 1 small pizza, but they accidentally brought out 1 mega-sized pizza, which you find in some places at NYC. You were able to finish half of that. Maybe you should work on that appetite, man. Anyways, when you went to school the next day for some unknown and completely eccentric reason, your teacher asked you to represent the quantity of the pizzas you ate last night with numbers. First of all, that's crazy. On second thought, can you do that? You see, there are whole numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, and maybe you have learned about integers, which includes negative numbers like -1, -2, -3. These are all fine, but you want to define to them the numeric value for half. No worries, there are 2 ways to do that, one of them being writing in terms of decimal, like 0.5, but forget I said that. The second is the one we will learn today. You see, in order to represent half, you can write it as this, 1/2. This simply means that if one pizza consisted of 2 equal parts, you were able to devour one of them. Now think about it, if you divide the pizza into 2 equal parts and consume 1 part, how much have you had? Half, right? So if you were to tell them that you consumed half pizza, you would simply write 1/2 on the board. Again, why did your teacher ask you that? You have some weird teachers, man. Now let's take another example. A rich man had a big piece of land, let's say 10 acre. Is 10 acre a lot of land? How would I know? Ask a rich man. Let's assume he had 4 sons and decided to divide that land equally amongst them. Now, can you write each son's share in fraction? Pause it and write your answer in the comments section. Have you done it? All right. First of all, divide that land into the total number of shares. There are 4 sons and they each got equal shares, so the land had a total number of 4 shares and each son received 1 share. Now you write the number of shares one person got as the upper number of the fraction, which is called a numerator, and the total number of shares available, which is 4, as the lower number of the fraction, which is called a denominator. So land received by one person from the total estate of the father is 1/4. Interesting thing, if you would like to represent that number as decimal, you simply divide the numerator by the denominator. And voila! What, you don't like my writing? Whatever. We can also go back to our pizza example and do the same with that. So 1/2 represented as a decimal would be 0.5, which makes sense since it lies halfway between 0 and 1 on the number line, so it is half. Anyways, this was it today, and we will learn about types of fractions and have some more discussion with regards to them some other time. In the meantime, take it easy.